Have you ever been walking outside as the sun goes down, and suddenly heard a soft hoo-hoo sound echoing through the trees? That sound sends a little shiver down your spine, doesn't it? It's the sound of the owl, one of nature's most mysterious and captivating creatures. For centuries, these birds have fascinated people all over the world. They are symbols of wisdom, magic, and the quiet power of the night. Their big, forward-facing eyes seem to hold ancient secrets, looking right through you with an intelligent and intense gaze. They move with a silent grace that is almost spooky, appearing and disappearing like ghosts in the moonlight. This air of mystery is what makes owls so incredibly cool, and why we can't help but be drawn to them. The fascination with owls goes way back in human history. Unlike most birds that are active during the day, owls own the night. This makes them different and a bit intimidating. Think about it. We humans are creatures of the day. When darkness falls, our world shrinks and our senses aren't as sharp. But for the owl, this is when their world comes alive. They thrive in the shadows, navigating the darkness with incredible skill. This mastery of the night has led to countless stories, myths, and legends. In some cultures, they are seen as wise old souls, while in others, they are considered omens of change. Either way, their presence commands respect and sparks our imagination like few other animals can. So, what is it about these birds that truly captures our hearts and minds? It's a combination of their unique appearance and their incredible abilities. Their flat, human-like faces are unlike any other birds, giving them an expressive quality that we can relate to. Then there's their famous ability to turn their heads almost all the way around, which looks like something out of a magic show. But these features aren't just for show. They are part of a sophisticated set of tools that make owls perfect hunters. They are nature's elite special forces, equipped with silent flight, super hearing, and eyesight that pierces the darkest night. They are a perfect example of evolution creating a truly specialized predator. Getting to see an owl in the wild is a truly special experience. It's a moment that stays with you. You might just catch a glimpse of a silhouette against the moon or find a pellet on the forest floor, a clue left behind from its nightly hunt. These encounters remind us that there is a whole other world that awakens when we are asleep. A world of silent hunters, hidden lives, and incredible survival stories. By learning more about owls, we peel back the layers of mystery and develop a deeper appreciation for these amazing birds. They are not just creatures of the night, they are vital parts of our planet's ecosystems, and they have so much to teach us about the wild world. Owls are true world travelers. You can find them on every continent except for Antarctica. From the snowy tundras of the Arctic to the dense rainforests of the Amazon, and even in bustling city parks, owls have adapted to live in almost every kind of habitat you can imagine. This incredible adaptability is one of the reasons there are over 200 different species of owls around the globe. Each species is uniquely suited to its environment, with different sizes, colors, and hunting techniques. The snowy owl, for example, has thick white feathers that camouflage it perfectly in its icy home, while the tiny elf owl of the American Southwest makes its home inside cacti to escape the desert heat. Scientists group all these amazing owl species into two main families. The first and largest family is called Strigidae, which you can think of as the typical owls. This group includes most of the owls you might be familiar with, like the powerful great horned owl, the wise-looking barred owl, and the tiny but fierce pygmy owl. These owls usually have round faces, big, colorful eyes, often yellow or orange, and make the classic hoot sounds we associate with owls. They are an incredibly diverse bunch, showcasing the wide range of shapes and sizes that owls come in, from giants to dwarves of the owl world. The second family is Titanidae, better known as the barn owls. These owls look quite different from their typical owl cousins. The most striking feature of a barn owl is its beautiful heart-shaped face. This facial disc is not just for looks, it acts like a satellite dish, funneling sound to its ears with amazing precision. Barn owls, like the common barn owl found worldwide, also tend to have darker eyes and paler, more ghostly feathers. Instead of hooting, they often make eerie, screeching sounds that can be quite startling if you hear one in an old barn late at night. They are specialized hunters of open country, like farmlands and grasslands. Whether it's a typical owl from the Strigidae family, or a barn owl from the Titanidae family, every single one is a masterpiece of evolution. Their global presence shows just how successful their design is. From the Blakiston's fish owl in Asia, which wades into rivers to catch fish, to the burrowing owl of the Americas, which lives underground in tunnels, owls have found a way to thrive just about everywhere. This diversity is not just fascinating, it's also a sign of healthy ecosystems. When you have a variety of owls, it means there is a good variety of prey and habitats available, which is great news for the entire environment. Owls are the undisputed champions of nighttime hunting, and it's all thanks to their incredible built-in toolkit of adaptations. Let's start with those huge, mesmerizing eyes. An owl's eyes are so large that they can take up nearly half the space in its skull. Unlike our round eyeballs, their eyes are shaped more like long tubes, fixed in their sockets. This means an owl can't roll its eyes around like we can. To look at something new, it has to turn its entire head. This is why they have that amazing ability to rotate their necks up to 270 degrees in either direction. This flexible neck gives them a panoramic view of their surroundings without ever having to move their body and risk making a sound. But great eyesight is only part of the equation for a hunter that operates in the dark. The real secret weapon for an owl is its hearing. Many owl species have asymmetrical ears, meaning one ear is positioned slightly higher on its head than the other. This tiny difference allows the owl to pinpoint the exact location of a sound with mind-boggling accuracy. The feather disc on its face works like a sound-collecting dish, channeling even the faintest rustle of a mouse under snow or leaves directly to its ears. The owl can create a mental map of its surroundings using sound alone, allowing it to strike with deadly precision even in complete darkness. It's like having a high-tech GPS system for sound. Now, imagine you're a tiny mouse scurrying on the forest floor. You have excellent hearing to detect predators, but you would never hear an owl coming. Why? Because owls have mastered the art of silent flight. The front edge of an owl's primary flight feathers has a comb-like serrated fringe. This unique structure breaks up the turbulence of air flowing over the wing, which is what normally creates that whooshing sound when a bird flies. The trailing edge of the feather is soft and fringed as well, further muffling any remaining sound. This stealth technology allows the owl to swoop down on its prey completely undetected, like a silent shadow descending from the sky. Putting it all together, you have a creature perfectly engineered for its role as a nocturnal apex predator. The large eyes gather every last bit of available light, the super flexible neck provides a wide field of view, the exceptional hearing pinpoints the prey's exact location, and the silent wings ensure a surprise attack. These adaptations work in perfect harmony, making the owl one of the most efficient and awe-inspiring hunters in the animal kingdom. It's a stunning example of how nature equips animals with just the right tools they need to survive and thrive in their environment. A true marvel of biological engineering that has been perfected over millions of years. So, what's on the menu for these silent hunters? Owls are carnivores, which means they eat meat. Their diet is incredibly varied, and usually depends on the size of the owl and where it lives. Smaller owls, like the screech owl or the pygmy owl, primarily hunt large insects, spiders, and small songbirds. Medium-sized owls, such as the barn owl or the long-eared owl, are expert mousers, feeding mostly on mice, voles, shrews, and other small rodents. Then you have the big powerhouses, like the great horned owl or the Eurasian eagle owl. These formidable predators are capable of taking down much larger prey, including rabbits, skunks, squirrels, and even other birds of prey. The way an owl eats is just as fascinating as what it eats. Owls don't have teeth to chew their food, so they have to swallow their meals whole or in large chunks. If the prey is small enough, like a mouse, it goes down in one gulp. The food then travels to a special two-part stomach. The first part, the glandular stomach, produces powerful acids and enzymes that begin to digest the soft tissues. The meal then moves to the second part, called the gizzard. The gizzard is a strong, muscular organ that acts like a trash compactor, separating the indigestible parts like bones, fur, teeth, and feathers from the nutritious parts. This is where it gets really interesting. About 6 to 10 hours after eating, the gizzard has formed all that indigestible material into a neat, compact little bundle called a pellet. The owl then regurgitates or casts this pellet. Finding an owl pellet is like finding a treasure chest of information. Scientists and even students in a classroom can carefully dissect these pellets to see exactly what the owl has been eating. By identifying the tiny skulls and bones inside, we can learn so much about the owl's diet, and just as importantly, we can learn what small animals are living in that particular ecosystem. It's a non-invasive way to study both the predator and its prey. These pellets are a direct link to the health of the local environment. For example, if scientists find that the pellets from a certain area contain a wide variety of prey species, it suggests a healthy and diverse ecosystem. If the pellets suddenly show a decline in a particular type of mouse, it could be an early warning sign that something is wrong in that habitat. So that little ball of fur and bones is more than just owl leftovers, it's a scientific diary. It tells a detailed story of the owl's life, its hunting success, and the delicate balance of the food web around it, making it an invaluable tool for wildlife biologists. Owls are masters of the sit-and-wait hunting strategy. This is a game of patience and precision. Most owls will find a high perch, like a tree branch or a fence post, that gives them a good view of the area below. From this vantage point, they sit perfectly still, almost like a statue, using their incredible senses to scan for any sign of movement or sound. They can sit there for hours, conserving energy and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. This method is incredibly effective because it allows them to survey a large area without revealing their presence to unsuspecting prey on the ground. It's a calculated, intelligent approach to hunting. When a target is located, the owl's attack is swift and decisive. With its keen eyesight locked on the prey and its hearing pinpointing the exact location, it launches from its perch in complete silence. It glides down through the air like a phantom, with its wings outstretched and its sharp talons ready. The talons of an owl are its primary weapons. Each foot has 4 powerful toes tipped with razor-sharp claws. 2 toes face forward and 2 face backward, a configuration called zygodactyl, which gives the owl an incredibly strong, vice-like grip. The force of the impact and the piercing grip of the talons are usually enough to instantly disable its prey. Communication is also a key part of an owl's life, and they have a much wider vocabulary than just the classic hoot. Different species make a huge variety of sounds, including screeches, hisses, barks, and whistles. These calls are used for many different reasons. A male owl might hoot to declare his territory, warning other males to stay away. A pair of owls might perform a duet of calls to strengthen their bond during the mating season. Young owls in the nest will make soft chirping or hissing sounds to beg their parents for food. These vocalizations are most common at dusk and dawn, filling the air with the complex social language of the owl world. Beyond hunting and calling, owls use their camouflage to their advantage. During the day, when most owls are resting, their cryptic feather patterns help them blend in perfectly with their surroundings. The mottled brown and gray feathers of a great horned owl make it look just like a piece of tree bark, while the pale, speckled feathers of a barn owl help it disappear against the weathered wood of a barn. This camouflage is their best defense against being mobbed by smaller birds, which see the owl as a threat, and against being spotted by larger predators. It's another layer of their incredible survival strategy, keeping them safe while they wait for darkness to fall again. While we often think of owls as being strictly nocturnal, meaning they are active only at night, that's not always the case. The truth is a bit more complex. Many owl species are indeed nocturnal, doing all their hunting and moving around under the cover of darkness. This includes famous night dwellers like the barn owl and the great horned owl. However, some species are crepuscular, which means they are most active during the twilight hours of dusk and dawn. And then there are a few species like the snowy owl and the northern pygmy owl that are diurnal, meaning they are active and hunt during the daytime, especially when raising hungry chicks requires constant foraging. During their off hours, whether that's day or night, owls need a safe place to rest, known as a roost. Finding a good roosting spot is critical for survival. They look for places that offer shelter from bad weather and, most importantly, concealment from predators and pesky smaller birds that will harass them. Common roosting spots include dense evergreen trees, hidden cavities in tree trunks, old buildings like barns and silos, and even rocky cliff ledges. An owl will often return to the same favorite roosting spot day after day. Their incredible camouflage is their best friend here, allowing them to sleep peacefully while looking like just another part of the scenery. When it comes to raising a family, owls are devoted parents. Most owl species are monogamous, meaning they form a pair bond that can last for a year or even for life. The courtship process often involves the male bringing food to the female and the pair calling back and forth in a duet. Owls don't build intricate nests like many other birds do. Instead, they are opportunistic nesters, using what's already available. They might take over an old hawk or crow nest, Find a natural cavity in a tree, or use a man-made structure like a nesting box. The female lays a clutch of white, almost perfectly round eggs, and she does most of the incubation, keeping them warm. Once the eggs hatch, the owlets are born blind and covered in soft, white, downy feathers. They are completely helpless, and rely on their parents for everything. Both the male and female work tirelessly to feed their hungry brood. The male is typically the primary hunter, bringing food back to the nest, while the female often stays with the chicks, tearing the food into smaller pieces for them to eat. As the owlets grow, they begin to explore the edges of the nest, strengthening their wings and practicing their calls. They will stay with their parents for several weeks or even months, learning the essential skills they need to survive on their own as silent hunters of the night. For thousands of years, owls have held a powerful place in human culture and folklore. In many societies, they are seen as symbols of wisdom and knowledge. The ancient Greeks associated the owl with Athena, the goddess of wisdom, which is why the wise old owl is still a common stereotype today. However, in other cultures, their nocturnal nature and eerie calls have linked them to darker superstitions. In some parts of the world, hearing an owl's call was considered a bad omen, foretelling misfortune or death. These contrasting beliefs show just how deeply these mysterious birds have woven themselves into the human story, representing everything from profound insight to the great unknown. Beyond their cultural significance, owls play a hugely important role in keeping our ecosystems balanced and healthy. They are highly effective predators of small mammals, especially rodents like mice and voles. A single barn owl family can eat thousands of rodents in a single year. This provides a massive benefit to farmers by controlling pest populations that could otherwise damage crops, and it's all done naturally without the need for chemical pesticides. By keeping these rodent populations in check, owls also help prevent the spread of diseases that these animals can carry. They are nature's perfect pest control service. Unfortunately, these magnificent birds face a number of serious threats today, and most of them are caused by human activities. Habitat loss is the biggest problem. As we build more cities and cut down forests, owls lose the places they need to hunt, nest, and roost. The use of rodenticides or rat poisons is another major danger. When an owl eats a poisoned rodent, the toxins build up in its body and can make it very sick or even kill it. Collisions with vehicles and power lines are also common causes of death for owls who hunt near roads in developed areas. These challenges are putting a lot of pressure on owl populations around the world. The good news is that people are stepping up to help. Conservation organizations and wildlife rehabilitation centers are working hard to protect owl habitats and rescue injured birds. Many people are helping by building and installing owl nesting boxes, which provide safe places for owls to raise their young, especially in areas where natural tree cavities are scarce. You can help too. One of the best things you can do is avoid using rat poisons and instead let nature's predators like owls control pests. Supporting conservation groups and simply appreciating these incredible birds from a respectful distance helps ensure that the silent hunters of the night will continue to grace our skies for generations to come.